Life, where did it all begin? Where did we come from? Who are we? All this and so much more. Today we go on a journey from where it all began to reveal the secrets of life and creation. Today we have with us Maitreya Dadashreeji, who is in that supreme transformed state. He is the love incarnate, whose purpose on earth is to transform humanity and guide them into the new divine age. He is my divine light. He came into my life, gave it meaning, gave it purpose, gave it boundless love. I welcome now with me here Maitreya Dadashreeji. Namaste, Dada.
Namaste.
Dada, first question. What is the reality? Is there a reality beyond this world we see and perceive?
Yes. Uh, you know, you define your reality. So there is no one standard book that says this is the reality or ultimate reality. Anything you experience or you perceive is your
Yes.
reality. That's how you are defining your reality. So I may experience it in a different way, but that's my reality. You have your reality, and both are right. So here itself, it's raining outside, both of us are looking at it. For us, it's a reality. But for someone who is 100 kilometers away from here, for them, it may be a dry day, no rain at all. So this reality is always relative in that way, if you look at it. So one can't definitely say this is the reality, the ultimate reality, or absolute reality. Everything keeps changing. So you go with your reality, I'm going with my reality, and that's all fine. Nothing wrong.
So, so right now there are two realities, and then the camera capturing, and the people watching, witnessing. That's also a reality.
Reality, also reality. Because see, if I'm touching you, you will experience that touch. That's your reality.
That's right.
Yeah. So you can't call it as, oh, it's illusion. No, no, it's not reality. It's a reality. You know that someone touched you. Someone calls you by name, then you will see, oh, someone called me. That's the reality.
Okay.
So you can't keep telling yourself, no, name doesn't exist. Everything is fake. You know, yes, I do understand life is, momentary. It's there for a few days, for years. But reality is what you experience at this present of moment, this moment itself. Now, this is my reality.
The moment is reality. So, is there any source or any higher energy is governing this entire universe?
Yes, definitely. Nothing will exist on its own.
Sorry, sorry for this question, but
Exactly. Because you are here, you exist, in a physical body because of your parents.
yes,
So everything is dependent. So when this world was created, it came out of something, and that something is source of everything. And that source is governing through different ways, channels, or different forms of energies, but it is governing entire universe. And that's where you internally also experience that there is some higher power. I don't know what that power is about. Who is that? Who is governing? But there is someone, and that's what we look. We always see this in religious books, also even saintly beings or spiritually enlightened people. They talk about this. That yes, there is someone. maybe God or higher power or someone formless, but there is always someone. So we hear stories of all these, various forms, but ourselves, we haven't discovered it truly that yes, there is someone. We just know. When you discover it, then you are able to experience it in a true sense. But there is someone who is taking care, who is governing, who is guiding, navigating all of you towards higher purpose.
So the question follows is, where does this source reside? Where does it reside?
Yeah, it's a good question because uh, we know that he is there or she is there, that power is there, God, the divine, but we don't even bother to explore more on that. So when the question comes, where is he? Where does he stay? Or his form? Then you actually start exploring it slowly, slowly. So how do we look at it? Source, if you see source as formless, then it's very far away from you. The formless existence of source, because it has no form, it has no face, no eyes, no ears, no heart, no emotions, no feelings, just formless existence of Supreme Self. It's just there, which is also real and true. But then, form of that formless, with body, with eyes, with emotions, with feelings, with bond, with connection. And that's where you connect. In this human body, you will be able to connect only with that form. Connecting with the formless is difficult, very difficult. Then you create one more form of the formless, which is not human. Then you look at it as flame or light. That is also form of the formless. But then try to connect with that form, light or flame. But then you want to discover still further through that. But bond is missing sometimes, connection is missing, love is missing. So form and formless both are equal. You can't say that formless is higher than form or form is lower than formless. Both are equally powerful. You just need to connect with that form and then you experience your true self. Who are you? From where you came? And this all happens just with this connection.
Ah, that's so beautifully put. Now, the source, should we call it masculine or should we call it feminine?
Yeah, so you can decide it. It's up to you again. No? You define because we always go with this gender also. No?
Yes, yes, yes.
Boy or a girl, male or female. So masculine means man, feminine means girl, and then you try to categorize your God in that. I see so as as my own state as divine internally when I experience myself is entirely divine. The purest self. There I see who created me. When I look at it, for me it's my divine mother who gave birth to me. So my mother. So that's why I tell people that for me the creator is feminine. That's why I tell people. But for you, as I said, reality may be different.
Ah,
You may say no, it's masculine. So okay, it's all right. But for me, it's feminine
ah,
because anyone who gives birth is always a woman, and that's why it's feminine power. So my mother who gave birth to me, I see her as source, my source. So you discover your source from where you came, and that source is for you. It's in your heart. Through your heart, you will be able to connect with your source, that who created me and from where I came. So that's how this journey will continue. So masculine and feminine, these energies do exist in nature. So not as gender, I said, but just as energy.
as
It's
energy.
everywhere. So even if you look at your body itself, the body is actually a feminine energy. Human body, it's a feminine energy for everyone. And your organs are masculine. That actually adds function. It works. So active part is always masculine. Passive part is always feminine. So both exist in this world. So dark, if you say dark, dark is always feminine, and light is always masculine. So that doesn't mean dark means bad. If you must be knowing, 4% uh, of the universe is observable. You'll watch everything, whatever you see, particles, matter, everything is only around 4% in this entire universe. Anything that is visible or matter, that's 4%. So 96% is dark,
My God.
and the dark is feminine, and 4% is masculine. So you can see, existence how it is.
So can we say that Shakti is in darkness?
Yeah, so you can call it as dark. That dark existence itself is feminine.
It's feminine.
So that's why the Kundalini, that's what serpent power, Kundalini Shakti is feminine always. So it will always try to go upwards. So growth is always feminine. That's how you will always keep moving ahead. So descending is masculine. So when your Kundalini goes down, it's masculine energy. And when it is going upwards, it's feminine energy. And both balance each other. Your masculine, feminine, you require both. When even outside in the world, no, when you say that he or she is fat, physical appearance, why do you call them as fat? Because someone else is thin.
Correct.
So there are two forms, and then you compare. If everybody had got similar appearance, then there won't be thin and fat. Same, dark or fair. Everybody had throughout the world, same skin texture, color. Then we won't be able to define it.
Yeah.
It's brown or dark or fair, just one single skin color. So you always have, different forms, various forms, and based on that, you categorize, differentiate as masculine and feminine, and you require both. They complement each other. This is how you should see it. They are not against each other.
They're not
They
against each other.
complement each other.
So the next question is that what kind of role is there of a masculine or a feminine energy together in the creation?
Mhm.
So and how do we balance? How does this energy, do they need to be balanced? That would be the primary question.
So you don't need to do anything for it. It automatically does. The balancing part will happen naturally. As I said, no, if your Kundalini is going upward, then masculine energy will get activated and it will try to push it down. That's how it will regulate. If suppose your feminine energy is fully active, then your Kundalini will go into your Sahasrara chakra and then it won't come down. And if that happens, then you won't be able to function well in practical life.
Correct.
So masculine energy wants to be active in practical life. So it will try to push it down. Now, this is not a wrong phenomenon, not a negative process. It's a positive thing.
Wow.
So it will automatically does its work.
How
It
beautiful.
will balance each other. So if love is increasing one side, then somewhere that hate will also enter to balance love.
Wow.
And if there is attachment, then detachment part will also come into it. And both will complement each other. Both should exist.
So can feminine become detachment at some point? Do they alter their roles? Feminine and masculine. Sometimes masculine is active. Sometimes masculine is passive. Does that
The masculine is always
active? It is always.
always. It's energy.
It's energy.
It's an element you can call it as. It's always active. Masculine will separate and feminine will try to bring it
Bring
together.
it together.
So feminine will create things and masculine would like to separate it, to dissolve it.
So masculine is active and detachment both.
Masculine is active and it will detach, as rightly said, and feminine would like to bring together, bond.
Wow. So it is true that when somebody says that behind every man there is a woman,
Yeah,
people add it to success.
yeah,
But I
feminine.
think just
Feminine
so
energy.
that's the feminine energy. And one more thing, if I gathered correctly, is that man also has that feminine energy,
everyone.
everything. So
Yes,
that darkness which
yes, yes,
we talk about.
yes.
So does that really say that the more you see into darkness, the more you get your feminine energy activated?
Yeah,
Is
in one way you can look at it, you get connected with that element, feminine element, but you need to get properly trained for it, how to connect with darkness. So people should not have this notion of something wrong,
yeah,
something negative. Dark means something not right. So when you sit, close your eyes, and there is no light around you, what you experience or what you see is only dark.
yes,
Yeah, so dark is
yes.
always there,
And it's
always.
yours, and it's yours.
It's yours. It's always, and just you observe it, experience it, and then you become it.
Wow.
But there is a way, there is a process. When you experience it, it's just not that you just get into it, and for that you need a master or any form of the deity that you connect with. Then you will receive help for that. But that feminine part is within you. So being passive is also feminine.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and then active part will come into it. And again, it will wake you up. Let's go. Let's do something. That's how it's going to balance. So never resist.
Never resist.
Never resist. It's going to balance itself. Naturally, it will happen.
Wow.
So just flow.
So just be with your being,
Yes, exactly. Be with your being. Very good.
and that will
Automatic.
sort this
Yes, yes, yes.
question of
Yes, exactly. Just flow whatever is happening in your
just
life.
flow.
Just flow.
Sir, Dadashreeji, just tell us who are we?
Mhm.
And we always feel, where is our soul?
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't know. Then there is another question. What is consciousness?
Uh-huh.
So how do we connect to we as soul and we as consciousness?
Yes, yes. So how when we experience ourselves, when I went within myself and I had my own journey, there I saw myself as part of the universe. You know, you, everyone, all forms of creation, whatever you look around, everything is part of this universe. So this is your identity. This is your true identity, that I am part. Now this is knowledge for you. You heard it, as realization of someone else, of Dadashreeji. But when you truly realize it, you enjoy that life. You enjoy that existence of yours, that I'm part of this universe. Means the sun, moon, they are not separate from me. They are part of my own consciousness. They are part of me. Everything around, planets, nature, trees, animals, you experience them as part of your own being. There is no separation as such. When you see that, yes, I am part of this universe, that part of the universe makes you universe. That doesn't mean that you're everywhere, but you experience yourself that everything is me. So when everything is me, then there is no separation between anyone. So everyone is there, everywhere, with
Wow.
everyone.
Oh, beautiful.
That's the reality. That's how you experience.
So then, which means that the surroundings, nature, does that have consciousness, or does it
Yes,
have consciousness
yes,
and
yes.
soul?
Yeah. See, it's like everything what you look around, whatever you see, perceive, or hear, everything is consciousness. Memories, whatever you think about, even in your mind, everything is consciousness. Everything till now. If you can touch anything, you can feel anything, that's part of consciousness. The trees are also part of consciousness. All trees are parts of this consciousness itself. So uh, your body itself is part of that consciousness. It is consciousness. It is flowing with this consciousness. So, as such, there is no soul here because everything is consciousness then. So, where does this soul come from? If everything is consciousness,
Then where is soul?
then where is soul? Because anything you think about, I'm thinking about soul, then is that soul consciousness? Anything which you can perceive
Is
is consciousness.
And what's it already resting is soul.
Yeah, so anything beyond your perception is soul. So that's why one of the way that we teach people, many evolved masters, when the student asks this question, that what is soul? Then he says, whatever you think about, just say, it is not soul, it is not soul, it is not soul. So keep saying this. It is not that, it is not that, it's not that, it's not that. You have to keep saying this. So
My
whatever remains
God.
at the end is soul.
My God.
That's how you arrive there, because it is something beyond your comprehension, beyond, words. You can't explain, you can't express. So how do we reach there? Through this way, by saying it's not soul. So it is consciousness, it is chaitanya. That's what uh, uh, in Indian
Sanskrit.
language you call it chaitanya, consciousness. That's everywhere, everywhere. And soul is that powerful energy which actually keeps consciousness alive. It's like a battery. Soul is like a battery which keeps that device active all the time. So soul doesn't do anything. Consciousness is doing. The device is doing. So when we interact, it's all consciousness interacting with each other. And soul is only witnessing, just observing, without any intervention, just observing. So here that soul is feminine energy. And your body, consciousness, if you
Is
look at
the
it,
masculine.
consciousness, everything, all, entire creation itself, if you look at it, then it's masculine, entire creation. And the battery part, that power, is feminine.
Wow. So, in a way, if I close my eyes, I'm close to the feminine energy, the darkness, and that can take me to.
Supreme truth. When you realize it, then everything is quiet, everything is complete. Then there is no, struggle, no movement inside. The state of, Lord Buddha, everything is complete. Yeah, there is nothing to seek or to achieve, to attain. Your journey is over at that moment itself. So every moment is complete for you. So there is nothing to go out or do anything. I am there. This moment itself is complete for me. That's the state.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. One feels that not to end this interview,
Yes, yes. Yeah,
and but this is not an end.
yeah.
We just maybe saying it. The episode is over.
Mhm.
That's it. Thank you,
Thank you so
Dadaji.
much.
Thank you.
Namaste.